Well, my enthusiasm is gone because I've just gone through an entire video talking from start to finish and then only to realize that I'm not recording. Anyways, let's get back. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Light Leaked. This is a new video. I have been away for quite some time because of work and stuff and family and all these things. But once again, for me, because I'm doing it the second time, because I'm just an idiot. Once again, the S5 original OG was my camera that I have used for the past year. This camera is now getting upgraded, and I've upgraded to, as you have clicked on this lovely thumbnail, I'm quite proud of it. It's a good clickbait button. The Lumix S5 2X. Why did I buy these cameras? So the S5 2X, plenty of codecs, better autofocus. The viewfinder is better. It's a little bit more ergonomics. It's better in your hand. I know it's a tiny difference in the size of the cameras. I mean, there's almost nothing to it if you compare them, but it does feel better in the hand. I think they've done an amazing job this time around with the upgrade on the handle. This just fits my hand perfectly. I've got short, fat fingers and a very wide hand. I'm quite strange like that. But yeah, the ergonomics are great. New viewfinder. The sensor is still, the base sensor is still the same. Obviously, the computing and everything else that's gone into the work to update this camera has upgraded the capabilities of it. I'll get into it just now. The tilty, flippy screen is now non-clickable, so it just clicks over here when you hit it there, but it doesn't actually do the clicky thing on here when you close it down. So it is an upgrade. I think this was a bit annoying because you had to like gnaw into that nudge to get that screen off. I think the screen also is a little bit better on the new camera. Yeah, external recording, amazing. SSD, amazing autofocus, which matches Sony and Canon. Obviously a new camera, so I will be excited about it. But I did have quite a good go on it. What I'm recording on now is the BS1H, which I will be doing a sort of a review comparison again in the next video. Right now, I'm gonna pop up some videos between the two. A and B, try and guess which one is which. I'll be mixing that up. Which one is going to be your choice? Let's see if you see the differences between the two cameras. Hey, welcome back. The results will be in at the end of the video if you stick around, or just scrub down to the end if you're bored already. Anyways, the S5 II, why the upgrade? Well, first of all, the upgrade is the autofocus, the biggest upgrade, and everybody that was clapping around and all that. the autofocus. The autofocus now works very well. I will say, I will just pick a little, I'll be nitpicking. It's not really nitpicking. It doesn't work like it should 100%, but nothing works nothing is perfect, obviously, but it does work quite well. So why does it work quite well? Because autophase, and this is the big thing on this camera, isn't it? So it's excellent. It works very well, but sometimes the only times I have actually not seen it working correctly was with tracking people. So tracking people from behind, I mucked up what to track and it was tracking it perfectly. But when something goes in front of the camera for a bit longer, it sticks to the thing which is in front and it just loses focus and it starts tracking that and then jumps back to the other person, to the person that was to the thing that was getting tracked, person or whatever it is. Then it jumps back onto it. But so that was the only sort of issue that I've seen with the autofocus. Otherwise, just normal day to day. I have 2 children. One is very small and he runs around like crazy around the house. My home videos have always been a struggle to record because of that autofocus, because of the S5's autofocus, or no autofocus on it, because it was not capable of grabbing focus of a running child at all. I would at all, like no way a running child could be caught with that camera. With this one, however, with my native 50 f1.8, and I actually have a 70-200 f4 Canon lens with the MC21 adapter. They both work great. Tracking, yes, they lose it sometimes, but it's kids and they run around so fast. I don't think any camera is going to be possible, is yet capable of catching a toddler around with autofocus, perfectly catching him everywhere. But yeah, autofocus is great, and I think that's the best test for all camera manufacturers to start testing toddlers, testing the autofocus on running toddlers around the house, because they go from dark rooms to light rooms to the garden and then come back and then light dark, turn around, spin around, fall on the floor, get back up, jump. You know, it's a test for any camera, the hardest test ever. Every manufacturer should be testing their cameras, their autofocus capabilities with a running toddler. Anyway, yeah, so that's autofocus on this camera. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the viewfinder. So the viewfinder is now a little bit longer. As you can see, it has been updated. I can see much better. I think the pixels have gone up on this, definitely, because it's definitely much clearer and better. That's it for the viewfinder. That was it, just tiny bit of an upgrade on the viewfinder. Next thing we want to talk about is the codecs. This camera has so many codecs in. I've heard reviews, I've watched reviews online with other people comparing this camera, the S5 IIX, with the original S5 together. They were comparing it and they were saying that it is the same. I don't know what camera they were using, but it's definitely not the same. The codecs inside this camera, the S5 IIX, are quite a bit different, and they grade so much differently, so much better than the original S5. So I'm not sure what they were getting on when they were saying that it's exactly the same. It's definitely not the same. There's definitely an update to it, and I've tried with external SSD on inside the studio with the ProRes. That's a whole nother story. Okay, with my Ninja 5. Connected to the S5, the S5 IIX, and the BS1H. Obviously, raw is just a raw output of the sensor. Even though their sensors are the same, the BS1H and the S5 IIX match quite well, almost perfectly. I would say I would actually say perfectly, because it's almost an exact copy. But this, for some reason, with the Ninja 5, B-roll output is still slightly different. So I'm not sure. They do say that's the same sensor, but maybe it's the capability of the processor in here that is different. I'm not too sure, but something is different in this camera than the other cameras. Possibly because I have wiped the sensor, cleaned the sensor, and it had some use, so it's a bit dusty, older, has some haze on it, who knows? But there is a slight difference in the B-roll capabilities of the S5 comparing it to the B-roll output of this camera, even though, like I say, it's the same sensor. Yeah, ergonomics have been, for my hand, have been improved, like I said. There is not much difference to the body, except that it's a little bit taller, a little bit wider, a little bit wider and deeper. Also, what they've changed, oh my god, thank god they have removed these stupid jiggly things. I hated them, I removed them, obviously, but if you have a look, there's a little stubby notch here on the bottom. That used to come onto my hand, and it was so bad, even with a cage on. It was annoying having it there. The cage was quite flat on there, and that was still there. It was so annoying to have there. But yep, ergonomics improved. It's a great camera if anybody would like to get this or is thinking about getting it, and you have watched a million videos online about this. Obviously, I am not too much of a technical person, so I'll stick to the fun stuff and tell you about the comparisons. So camera A is, you guessed it, or you didn't guess it, the S5. Camera B is the S5 IIX. Tell me about it. Did you get that right? Did you not? Just drop me a message on the comments. Tell me what you thought. Are they quite comparable? Do you see any difference between them? Is there something that you did not notice, you noticed? I'm not too sure, but please tell me. Did you guess it? And obviously, like, subscribe if you can, please. That will help me out quite a bit, and I'll bring out some more content. Some definitely more content coming up as well. I have got the BS1H, Panasonic BS1H box style camera coming up for review, and I will be comparing it to the S5 IIX because the S5 is now going away, it's getting sold. Yeah, so let's compare the two, and you will see some sample images again. We'll play the game of choose A or B and try and guess which one is which. Yeah, so if you want to play the game next time, join me. Yeah. See you later.
Like, comment, subscribe.